Africa Global Radio. Our story, our growth, our future.
Headlines across Africa.
You're welcome to Headlines Across Africa for today, 30th November 2023. I am Mary Ejapoma Kisi. In the headlines, Cameroon set to administer malaria vaccine in 2024. Nigeria plans to trim budget deficit to 3.9% of gross domestic product. And building of infrastructure in progress for hosting of the 13th Africa Games in Ghana. The scheme of malaria vaccination is now moving into a broader rollout, with 331,200 doses of RTS as the first malaria vaccine recommended by the UN's World Health Organization, landing in Cameroon's capital, Yaoundé. In a joint statement, World Health Organization (WHO), the UN's Children Agency (UNICEF), and the Gavi Vaccine Alliance say the delivery signals that scale-up of vaccination against malaria across the highest risk areas on the African continent will begin shortly. The doses are donated by manufacturer GSK. Cameroon's Health Minister Malachi Manwada has encouraged all parents to take advantage of this life-saving intervention, adding that malaria remains a major public health threat in the country. A further 1.7 million doses are set for delivery to Burkina Faso, Liberia, Niger, and Sierra Leone in the coming weeks. WHO Chief Tedros Adhanom says the vaccine rollout is a breakthrough moment for malaria vaccines and malaria control, and a ray of light in a dark time for so many vulnerable children in the world. Nigeria's President Bola Tinubu says the country plans to trim its budget deficit to about 3.9% of gross domestic product (GDP) next year from about 6.1% this year, projecting lower borrowing costs and higher revenues. In his first budget speech to lawmakers, Tinubu projects that higher oil production and tax collection would boost government revenues and his administration would borrow slightly less next year, adding that the economy is expected to grow by at least 3.76% next year, while inflation moderates to 21.4%. Analysts say the government's revenue expectations looked ambitious, stating further that government would need to keep its promise to do away with the petrol subsidy and allow the market to determine the exchange rate. Ghana's Minister of Youth and Sport, Mustafa Yusuf, has assured the completion of all infrastructure for the hosting of the 13th edition of the Africa Games. According to the minister, the construction of $145 million sports complex infrastructure in Boteman, located in the country's capital, is currently ongoing and will be completed by December 2023 and handed over for the games scheduled for 8th March 2024 to 23rd March 2024. The facilities located at Boteman and the University of Ghana include a 1,000-seater competition swimming pool with 10 lanes, an 8-lane warm-up swimming pool, and a 1,000-seater multi-purpose sports hall for games such as basketball, table tennis, boxing, and badminton. Also included is a 500-seater temporary dome for handball, volleyball and judo, 5 tennis courts, 6-lane athletics track with benches, 1 FIFA standard football training field, a space for children's playground, and an administrative building. The Africa Games, a continental multi-sport event, will see different African countries come together to exhibit their potentials in different sport disciplines as they compete. And that's a wrap-up Headlines Across Africa for today, 30th November 2023. We'll come your way tomorrow with more news right here on Africa Global Radio. I am Mary Ejapoma Kisi.
For this and more, check us out on africaglobalradio.com. On Facebook and YouTube, Africa Global Radio. On Twitter and Instagram, AF Global Radio.